Excuse me, nurse.
Oh, yes. May I help you?
Are you in charge here?
I think I fit that description. Up to a point.
My name is Jeffries. I'm a medical examiner, investigating suicidal attempts among juveniles. I understand you currently have a case, a young girl.
Yes, a barbiturate poisoning.
I'd like to see her. It helps to see them.
Well, I'll have to call and get permission for that. Oh, Dr. Mason?
Yes?
Dr. Mason, this is Mr. Jeffries.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do, doctor? I'd like to see the girl you have. The attempted suicide. It's an investigation we're running.
Oh, all right. Follow me. And, you're with the county?
Still have no identification on her?
No. Apparently she was alone. Naturally, we've notified the police, the missing persons, Red Cross, but all that takes time. County General gets most of these cases, but the paramedics found her nearby and she was critical, so it's difficult to make a prognosis yet, but
What's the matter, Doctor?
Mr. Jeffries? Mr. Jeffries? Are you all right?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm fine.
You recognize her?
I've seen quite a few, Doctor. After a while, they all get to look familiar.
Oh.
Yes, I'll tell him. But remember, complete bed rest now. Okay. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Why the puzzled look, Dr. Mason?
Oh, it's the strangest thing. I've seen that man before. It's almost like I've known him from somewhere.
Well, I think he said he worked for the county. Maybe you've seen him somewhere.
No, that's not it. Something strange about the way he acted. It's almost as if he were afraid of what he might see when he looked into that girl's face. I can't explain it, but...
Look, I'd act strange, too, if I had to go around investigating every suicide.
Yeah, well... By the way, when you get a chance, would you call Joe Ray down to the county?
Sure. What'll I ask him?
Well, ask him what he's got on Jeffries. There's something about it. It doesn't feel right.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, by the way, how's the family?
Expanding nicely, thank you.
Good.
Toby, cut the fancy stuff. Toby? Toby? Toby! Toby. Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? Now wait. Wait a minute. What are you doing to my boy?
He's suffocating. Crushed larynx.
What's the matter, doctor? What's the matter, doctor? What's the matter, doctor?
What are you doing?
Lady, this boy will die if he doesn't get air. Now let me work. Somebody call an ambulance. Now hold this tube. Thumb and forefinger. Now hold it just like that until the ambulance arrives.
Then the suicide research, Jeffries. Your office doesn't know anything about that, huh? Well, I wonder, could it be another agency that's involved? I see. Yeah, its name's very familiar to me, too. I just, well, it is a long shot, but I'll give it a try. Yeah, right, Joe. Okay. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Jeffries. Dr. Jeffries. Dr. Jeffries. Yeah, Boston University.
I guess I just panicked, but I didn't know what to think. A stranger with a knife standing over your little boy. It happened so fast.
Well, whoever he was, he knew exactly what he was doing. An emergency tracheotomy with a ballpoint pen, that doesn't happen every day.
I don't understand why he disappeared. I turned around and nothing, not a trace.
Well, he did exactly the right thing at the right time. Sometimes we just have to believe that only God knows the reasons for some things.
Dr. Wes Gallagher, please call the operator.
Look, why don't you go home and get some rest? We'll call you if there's any change.
Oh, could I ask you a silly question?
Sure.
Do you believe in miracles?
Yes.
So do I. Bye.
Bye.
Dr. Jeffries. Nurse, is there any change in the Bradford boy?
No, doctor. He's been heavily sedated. He won't be moving during the night.
Good. Thank you, nurse. Dr. Jeffries? I thought you'd come back.
How do you know me?
Dr. Jonathan Edgar Jeffries, surgeon, Harvard Medical School, 1948. Phi Beta Kappa, recipient of the Gottfried Award, member of the International Society of Science, professor, Boston University.
You've done your homework well, Doctor. I'm sorry I can't return the favor.
I knew I'd seen you before. And then it came to me. You're also a member of the Association of Christian Physicians. You gave the keynote address at the convention in Philadelphia. And then, suddenly, without explanation, you quit your practice, resigned your tenure, and left without a trace. Why, Doctor?
A man chooses to live his life the way he sees fit. I don't believe you'd find my personal life more stimulating than my professional one. So I don't see there's much point in discussing it. Let's just put it down to professional menopause.
But, Doctor,
I don't wish to discuss it.
look, you don't understand. That boy you saved is hemorrhaging from a torn renal vein. Now, we've scheduled surgery for tomorrow morning. Now, our staff is good. They're excellent, in fact. But we don't have a vascular specialist available.
I'm not a surgeon anymore, Doctor. I can't help you.
Look, that is a procedure you perfected.
Please leave me alone. There's nothing I can do.
Doctor, we scrub up at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I thought you might like a hot drink, Doctor.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, trying to solve the world's problems?
No, just a few of our own. Not having much luck either.
Jeffries.
Yeah, I just don't understand it, Penny. This man has a gift from God. If you took 1,000 other surgeons, you wouldn't find one that has the knowledge, the surgical technique, the hands he does. And then right at the very peak of his career, something snaps. Turns him completely around and makes him deny the very thing he considered the most important. You don't just walk away from a career like that.
Well, what did they say at Boston when you called?
Oh, they weren't much help. He was a very private man, I guess. I don't know, Penny. He and I are alike in many ways. Our beliefs, our profession, our aspirations. When I look at him, I see something in myself that frightens me. You know, I could be the one that's out there searching.
What do you think he's searching for?
I don't know.
I need some change for a newspaper.
Come on in.
Thank you. What kind of books do you sell here?
Books about love?
Oh, yes. Religious books.
No, not religious books. I mean, well, religious, it sounds so formal, like economics or physiology.
What do you know about physiology?
Only that it's something you study, not something you feel. These books, they aren't like that. They teach you how to really live.
Have you learned how to really live?
Let's just say I'm learning.
Miss
Call me Sandy.
Sandy, how old are you?
I'm 20. Why?
You remind me of someone.
I bet it's your daughter.
Yes, I have a daughter just about your age. You even resemble her a little.
Really? Where is she?
she's a long way from here. Thanks for the change.
Hey, can I show you something in the store? There's some lovely things here. Listen, my life and health and everything I own are God's gifts to me. But the things I can do for others, they're my gifts back to God. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is beautiful.
Here, take it.
Well, let me pay for it.
No, no, please take it. It's my gift.
Thank you very much.
All right, Toby. You're gonna be just fine, son. Just fine.
How recent are these films?
This morning. I'm sure you realize this procedure is delicate enough, but it's going to be even more difficult due to the location of the rupture. I'm sure we all agree we can't afford to wait any longer. Now, we plan to enter right in here.
Doctor, there's a procedure we've developed that's been highly successful in renal vascular repair. If you wouldn't mind an old man looking over your shoulder, I'd be very happy to assist.
Well, Doctor, welcome back to the front lines. You may just be an answer to prayer.
You know, Doctor, my first surgery was a little boy about his age.
Is that right?
I remember the feeling of looking at him, of the life processes at my fingertips, wanting to shout to heaven because I could actually see the miracle of life. It was that reverence, that belief that kept me going, at least at first.
What changed it?
I don't know. The more I grew professionally, the less I thought about it. I began to believe I was the greatest vascular surgeon in the country, maybe the world. It all came down to a matter of pride. Then I neglected my family. Virtually ignored my daughter until she thought her daddy was someone who only came home on birthdays and legal holidays. Well, finally, my wife said she couldn't take it anymore. So we divorced. She said she wanted something more than just my glowing reputation and financial security. She wanted something to believe in again, to find the meaning we'd lost. At the time, I found the suggestion frightening. So I was left with my daughter, who stayed with me for about a year, until she refused to give me the respect I felt I deserved. So I suggested, I demanded she go live with her ungrateful mother, or one of her reprobate friends. She packed up and left. Her only goodbye was a long, bitter look at me through the doorway. It was the last time I saw her. Well, I went back to the practice till they brought in a young girl, a suicide emergency case. And as I looked into her face, suddenly all I could see was Cheryl's. The resemblance was uncanny. My hand began to shake, so I dropped the scalpel on the table. I had to leave the operating suite. That was the last time. Seems my humanity had finally caught up with me. So now I've been trying to find her, trying to repay a debt before it's too late.
But the chances of finding her, like with the other girl.
Yes, Doctor, I know it probably doesn't make any sense. But it's what I've got to do.
And if you do find her, what then?
Well, I'll tell her what I've learned. I know what it means to gain the whole world and lose my own soul. You know, I'd give everything I have, everything I've ever done, if I could start over again.
You can, Doctor.
It used to sound so easy. But now I'm not even sure I know how to start again.
Remember that keynote speech you gave in Philadelphia? You said something I'll never forget. You said, life with God is a life of beginnings.
That was 3 years ago.
Well, you saved a little boy's life today. Isn't that a beginning? A surgeon like yourself would be a valuable asset to us, John. We have good people. There's a place to grow.
Dr. Mason?
Yeah.
You're the man who...
Yes.
Oh, Mrs. Bradford, this is Dr. Jonathan Jeffries. He's the specialist from Boston who assisted me in Toby's surgery.
How is Toby, Doctor?
Toby's going to be fine. And you can wait for him in his room if you'd like.
Thank you, Doctor. And thank you, Doctor, for everything you did.
Oh, no, Mrs. Bradford. I'm the one who's thankful.
Well, don't forget now. It's a new beginning, Doctor.
I'll be in touch.
Good. I'll be waiting. Oh, Penny.
Yes, Doctor.
Would you call my wife and tell her I'll be home for dinner?
Sure.
On second thought, I'll call my wife and tell her I'll be home for dinner.